You're live.
Hey, everyone. Have you ever wondered what the difference is between curl cream or gel, or when you should be using curl cream or gel on a wash and go, on a twist out? Well, today we're going to be talking about the difference.
Mini gem box is in pairing mode, waiting to pair with your device.
Yes, yeah, you put it back on mute. Yes, never mind. It was mine.
That's going to eat me up. Are we starting over? It's a lot to start over. You sent the email already? All right. Listen. Bumpy start, y'all, but we're just going to shake it off and we're going to start over. Okay?
It looked great.
Thank you for breaking the ice. All right, y'all. Listen, if Shadira's ready, I'm ready. All right?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do it. Ooh, now we know what top you in. Now we know what top we're going to put you in for the final look. Listen, guys, if you're here, that means you are wondering when you should be using a curl cream or a gel. Have you ever wondered, like, what's good to use to do a wash and go or a twist out, or how to get the best results, what product to use to get the best results? Well, that's what we're going to be talking about today. What's the difference between using a curl cream styler or a gel styler? But before we get started, if you are new here, I want to tell you about two things. First of all, I have a free ebook, 5 Things You Need to Know Before Working with Highly Textured Hair. It's a free ebook where I walk you through all the things you need to know, the framework that you need to have in place to service clients that have highly textured hair. All right. The second thing is that I want you to join my community. If you want to get involved, if you want to stay current with events, if you want to find out about products, if you want to know what's going on in the community, I have an app. You can sign up for both things, the ebook and the app, to join the community by clicking the link in my bio. I can't wait to see you there. All right. So let's get started. What is the difference between curl cream and gel? Well, first of all, I want to say the obvious that, or maybe it's not the obvious, but these are both stylers. Curl cream and gel are both stylers. So I want you to think in terms of prep, style, and finish. All right. So there's things that should be happening in the prep, like your leave-in conditioners that help you to detangle and hydrate. And the reason why I say that, I'm making that distinction, is because a lot of people say, I like the way leave-in feels on my hair, but then after a full day where you lose all the definition on your wash and go, you lose all the definition on your wash and go, or you lose definition on your twist out, or whatever natural style you have. You're like, what happened? Why did I lose the definition? Why did I lose the luster? Why did I lose the moisture? It's because the leave-in was never intended to be a styler. All right. So stylers are for your hold. That's where you're going to get your hold, and that's where you're going to get whatever kind of finish you want. So let's talk a little bit about that. All right. When we're thinking about holds, we're thinking natural hold, medium hold, or a firm hold. Or some people use numbers from 1 to 10 or 1 to 4, 1 being the lightest hold, like barely anything there, or 10 being the firmest hold, like, you actually feel something on the hair. In some cases, with some products, not these, the hair might feel a little stiff or crunchy. All right. So 1, 2, I would consider more of a natural hold, and all the way up to 10, or whatever number system you're using, would be the firmest hold. Secondly, with the stylers, the finish, right? What do I mean by finish? Well, this is where you're going to determine if you want to see a natural finish, a satin finish, a matte finish, a shiny finish, or a glossy finish. Okay. That's all determined in your stylist. I just had to get that out the way. You know me, I always got to take it back a little bit before we move forward. For some of you, this is just a refresher or just reaffirming the information you already know. All right, so let's jump into it. We're talking about stylers, in particular, curl cream versus gel. So now, with the curl cream, let's state the obvious. It's a cream, right? Gels are more translucent, clear, all right? So with the curl cream, the water content is going to be a little bit lower. It's going to have more emollients in there. It'll be a little bit more rich. They're going to impart more moisture, even though both do that. And it's going to have a natural hold and sometimes a natural finish. And sometimes with curl creams, it doesn't offer much hold at all, okay? I love to use curl creams, especially in New York during the fall and winter months. It's really, really good to impart tons of moisture, even though there's not a high water content. There are ingredients in there like humectants and butters and oils that really help to seal in and lock in the moisture, but it does not have the hold, which leads me to talk about your hair gels, your gel stylers, all right? So the gel stylers, stating the obvious, it's usually going to be translucent or clear or gel-like consistency. This is going to give you a firm hold in most cases, a medium to firm hold, and mostly a shiny finish, okay? So people that are using this, it has a higher water content. So this is going to be great also to impart moisture and hydration, but it's not usually filled with a lot of emollients. I think that's what moves it into more of a cream. They both have humectants in them, which are moisturizing agents that help to bring the moisture into the hair and keep the moisture in the hair for as long as possible. But the gel is definitely going to give you a firmer hold, all right? What I want to talk about is also when you're going to be using it, all right? I get that question a lot. When do I use the curl cream versus when do I use the gel? So just think about it again. For me, since I'm mostly always talking about highly textured hair or tightly coiled hair, I'd like to give advice from that standpoint, okay? So if I'm doing a style like a wash and go and I want to have max definition, again, definition is subjective. It's not the end all goal, but if that is your goal to have max definition for wash and go, I'm going to go for my gels because they're going to be hydrating, but it's going to give you that hold and it's going to give you that definition if you do your techniques the right way, all right? And I will use my curl creams. Can I use the curl cream for a wash and go? You can, but it's not going to give you that sustainable hold that you can wear your wash and go for 5 days or 7 days or like that, okay? It's great for adding moisture. I like to use it personally for twist out, braid outs, and things like that, because you will get the definition, but you're not necessarily getting the hold. Also, it has a lot to do with the climate, right? So if you are in the summer months and you're dealing with humidity or warmer weather, or you sweat a lot and you want to get a firmer hold, I'll definitely go more for the gel. So I also want to remind you that this is a live stream, okay? So the benefits of being on the live stream is that I can answer your questions in real time. So if you have any questions about the difference between your curl cream and your gel stylers, make sure you light it up in the comments, all right? So that I can be able to answer them live for you. Also, if you're finding this useful so far, go ahead and share this live, all right? Let's let this information go viral. Now, my lovely model, Shadira, she has highly textured hair, tightly coiled hair, and I'm going to be demonstrating a 2-strand twist using the different products, okay? So let's just hop right into it.
Can you talk about layering?
Excuse me?
Can you talk about layering?
Oh, that's a great, who said, I'm not going to be calling people out. All right, that's a bad habit. Who said that? All right, you can remain anonymous unless you want me to shout you out. All right, I'm so glad that you brought up layering because I would have eventually started talking about it as I started to apply the product. So basically, layering is some people believe in cocktailing their products. So you'll mix your gel and your leave-in and your curl cream together. But I believe in layering the products. I feel like you have more control and the ingredients get to do what the ingredients are supposed to do. So I like to layer them on. However, I am going to take a walk on the wild side this week with my own hair. I'm not going to just do it on, on a model or a client. I'm going to try it out on myself. I'm going to cocktail. Yes, clutch your pearls. I'm going to cocktail. I'm going to cocktail products this week. Yeah, I'm going to try it and I'll let you know. So definitely stay tuned to my social media to find out. So Shadera's hair, we already prepped her hair. We cleansed and conditioned her hair. And detangled. If you need to learn more about how to detangle highly textured hair, go search through my reels, baby, because I got a lot of those videos for you. I just wanted to jump right into today's video. So normally with the wash and go, I suggest that the hair is fully saturated or fully wet. Fully saturated or fully wet. Okay? Slow it down.
Could you leave a curl cream? Can you use a curl cream as a leave-in?
You can use a curl cream as a leave-in, but the leave-in, and this is why we like to layer it, because the leave-in serves its purpose. It's a primer. Just like you need a paint primer or a skin primer, the leave-in helps to prime the hair, right? To get it ready for that styling product. However, there are some stylists on the market where everything is built into one. The leave-in, the styler. In that case, yes, you can use your styler as a leave-in, but I always recommend that you don't skip the steps. All right. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I just mentioned that this is when the bracelets start making all the noise. Lord have mercy. All right. So we get the leave-in going. So usually with the wash and goes, I suggest that your hair is fully saturated or fully wet. But when you're doing a style like two-strand twists, you basically just need it to be towel dried, damp hair, but make sure it's evenly damp because sometimes the hair will start drying out on you and you're going to get a different result. So always make sure that however you start is how you're going to finish in terms of saturation. So right now the hair has like a kind of a towel dried, damp feel to it. I just detangled it with my leave-in conditioner and my detangle brush. And now I feel comfortable going in to do my twist. So first I'm going to start out with my curl creams. So in case you're wondering, the size of the twist is always going to be based on the hair density and also the size of the curl that you're looking for. Because remember, well, we're doing this set to create a uniform curl pattern. Okay. So what curl pattern do you want to see? This is just going to be a stretched out, elongated version of, not even a version of the hair because we're creating a new curl pattern. No one naturally has the curls of a twist out. At least I haven't seen one in my life. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and apply the curl cream. And usually sometimes what I'll do, based on the density, I will put the curl cream on the entire section. Okay, especially that's something you might want to do with fine hair, so that the product doesn't weigh it down. But Shadera's hair is dense, so I feel like it can take product. Okay, so you want to do the 2-strand twists with equal amounts of hair in each section, and you're just going to cross one over the other. I think everybody's pretty well versed on doing a 2-strand twist at this point, but if not, we're just going to demonstrate one or two. So with the 2-strand twist, you'll notice that with the curl cream, you do see some product start to extract itself from the hair once you start doing the twist with a lot of tension. But what I like about this curl cream is that it has so many rich emollients in there and butters. So what happens is when it comes in contact with a heating source like a diffuser or a hooded dryer, it starts to melt and it really just gets sealed into the hair. So if I see, and I can't say that with all products, but when I see product on top of my twist, I don't get worried thinking that I'm going to get any kind of excess buildup on the hair. Okay. So if you are just tuning in, we are doing curl cream versus gel. All right, on highly textured hair.
Watch out for this.
Oh yes. No, I don't
Throwing
learn.
stuff around.
There's a question on Instagram.
Do you twist both strands in opposite direction? Usually with my twists, they're going in the same direction. It doesn't really matter much. I know sometimes with when you're doing wand curling, you can do them in opposite direction to get more volume. But in this case, it doesn't really matter. But I like to just keep it going in one direction, but it doesn't really matter. Right now, I am rotating everything to the right, clockwise.
Which
Okay.
product will give you more shine? Cream or gel?
The gel.
The gel.
The gel is going to give you a firm hold and a shiny finish. Okay. And once I get to the other side, I'm going to demonstrate the difference with the styling gel. Okay. So this is not necessarily a twist out tutorial or a twist tutorial, although you kind of get a twofer by being on this live. But I really wanted to talk about the differences between the curl cream and the gel. Any questions? You could talk, you know. You could talk. Those are the voices. Now you see the voices, you know, would normally hear in the background that go unseen.
What type of gel would you not recommend?
Ooh, why y'all doing that? Who did that? That's you? Somebody want the tea. Somebody wants the tea. So what I will do is be politically correct because I always want to give the real tea to my audience. And I would just say ingredients to stay away from and the effects to stay away from rather than brands. Not necessarily assuming that you're asking about brands, but so I would say to stay away from gels that have alcohol in them, gels that do not have humectants in them, like glycerin or anything meant to attract moisture to the hair, gels that dry extremely firm and are not flexible. And those are the type of gels that I would absolutely not use. Okay. Okay, so these are my twists using the curl cream. So this is the type of finish that you get. It's very natural, but the curls, the twists feel very, very soft and moisturized and healthy. Okay, so it doesn't always have to have that shiny finish to it in order for it to work. All right, it just depends on what your goal is. How long do you actually want it to last? Okay, so now in this section, I am
What was
going
your
to.
question in the back of the room?
I said, would you ever use boba cream and a gel at the same time for just her?
Wow, that is going to be my. I didn't want to reveal it, but that's going to be my cocktail that I'm going to try this week. I'm going to use the curl cream and gel at the same time. Woo! Really walking on the wild side this week. All right. Um, it's something that I've done. I'm not going to say I never done it, but with other brands, we would literally mix concoctions and then put it on the hair, like gels and greases and oils, like mix them all up in one and put it on the hair. But lately, I guess with these technologies and innovations with hair, you get to see what the hair really needs at each stage, right? So you put the leave-in, you see that it's absorbed, you see that it's high moisturized, and then you put in your styler to get that hold that you want or that finish that you want. So, and you get to see it in real time. And sometimes when you mix the products, they may curdle on you. Like if you layer them on, if you mix a leave-in with a gel sometimes or mix the wrong stylers, it will start to get lumpy. And those lumps don't melt the way I was telling you that that the other ones melt. Okay? All right, so now
That goes into the next question. If you layer gel first or cream, which one would you put first, or how would that?
gel or cream first?
Which one?
Neither one. You would ooh, this is nice.
That's really nice.
Ooh, juicy. Woo! Wee!
Good.
Get a close-up, girls. Nice. This is what I'm talking about. You don't get to see this when you just slap the product on the hair. I didn't even do much.
Let me go close.
I really didn't even get to do much. Right? That's what hydrated curls look like. This is when they're in their happiest.
Twist the chair.
All right, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, the steps are prep first, which is going to be your leave-in conditioner. That can be a spray, that can be a lotion, that can be a cream, and then you go in with your styler. Okay. So I don't know if the question is which to do first means how to layer them, because how I would layer them is the leave-in first and then the styler after. What I'm going to experiment with this week is cocktailing the products. I'm not a big advocate for that, but you know what? Enough people ask me, so I'm going to try it on me this week on my own hair. So again, the same thing happens when I'm using the gel. There's a little leave-in in there. I'm not worried. Because I know once the heat hits it, everything is going to melt into place. All right.
What is the name of that cream that you're using? What is the name of the cream that you're using? It's from Facebook.
I am using the Orbe Styling Butter Curl Enhancing Creme. Okay, so there's two things we can do here. I can continue to, I didn't get to talk about this again because it's not necessarily a styling video, but I do want to mention that I can part these sections freehand with just my fingers, okay? But you do have an option to brush through each section to make it really neat. This is if your client is looking to wear the 2-strand twist as a style. Like you can get a 2-for-1 with these twists, you know? So you can wear the twists for like a week and then wear them out for another week. Okay, but you don't always have to neatly part the sections. As a matter of fact, the looser that you do the parts is the easier they are to blend in or to like diffuse the parting. So if you don't want to see the parts, it's best to kind of just freehand or bricklayer your sections. All right. And this is the part of the segment where I say, hey guys, you want to see the whole thing done? Or do you want me to just come back at the end? So let me know in the comments if after I finish this section, do you want to see the whole head twisted and continue this chat? Or do you want to just want me to come back with the finished look?
How do you handle hair in the morning during those 2 weeks?
Oh, great question. That's a great question because that boils down to your nighttime routine. I'm a big advocate for nighttime hair care for longevity of styles. So in the first week when you're wearing it just in twists, you can just sleep with a silk bonnet. If the hair is long enough, you can put it in a low ponytail, a high ponytail. And pretty much the same maintenance goes for when you take the twist out. You don't necessarily have to retwist it every night. You can, if your hair is long enough, you can put a loose ponytail on the top of your head. We call that a pineapple. Or you can put it into 2 ponytails if it's not long enough. Or if it can't even go into a ponytail at all, I would recommend just stuffing it inside of a satin cap and kind of just shaking it out and fluffing it out in the morning. Okay, any feedback on should I go through? No?
Not yet. No.
Okay.
You can use oil on both for the breaking of the twist. You can use an oil on cream and
yes.
gel.
So when you're unraveling the twist,
Mm-hmm.
you can definitely use an oil of your choice. I like to use the all over oil. It's a nice natural oil, lightweight, and I like to run that through. But you'll notice that when you use the gel and you have this kind of shiny finish, sometimes you don't always feel the need to go in and follow up with an oil. Because what I didn't mention, because I'm trying to not overload you with information, is that both the gel and the curl cream both have natural oils inside of it, like macadamia nut seed oil and different butters like shea butter, kapuasu butter, and stuff like that. So you just be using the oil mostly as an aesthetic thing to improve the shine and to reduce the frizz and flyaways. All right, so
We have another question.
there's more questions?
Mm-hmm.
Any products to reapply in the morning or mist with water or detangling spray? Great. I love that question because I know that you are thinking. All right. So basically, when you have a twist out, these are manipulated. This is a manipulated curl pattern that's stretched and dried. So if you were to try to re-moisturize the hair with a water bottle, you'd basically be undoing the work that you put in. Okay, so you want to make sure that if you are trying to re-moisturize a twist, that you can touch it up maybe with a little leave-in conditioner at the roots, maybe just to moisturize that area, but definitely not with anything heavily water-based or anything like that. So your oils are great, but oils are not moisturizers. They just kind of nourish and seal the hair. So in the morning, if you just want to fluff it out with a little oil or a little serum, something like that, that is not water-based, okay? So that was pretty much it. Should I keep going? Nobody answered yet?
Mm-mm. They're just enjoying the view.
They're just enjoying the view?
They are.
Well, You know what? Should I just keep going? The studio audience says.
Yes.
The studio audience says.
Keep going.
What does the model say?
Yes, keep going.
Keep going. All right. How many minutes have we been on? I try to make these short.
35.
35. Okay. All right. Y'all want to see me or y'all just want to see my hands? I want to get back.
Yes. We
Huh?
need some likes. We need some likes to stay on, guys. We need some likes. Come on,
Yeah.
start liking the video. Let's start liking this live.
Huh?
Someone wants you to stay on.
We need some likes.
Okay. All right. So I guess I'll do less talking now. If you need any information, if you're just tuning in now, we're doing curl creams versus gel. Okay. What is the difference and when to use it, who to use it on? I hope that I've answered all the questions on that. So now I'll just get to working. If you just want to be here, be here. I wish I could play music, but Instagram be ready to just chop you, cut you down. Oh, I shouldn't say that. They cut me off for saying. They cut me off for bad mouthing themselves.
So now you're going back to the curl cream side.
Hmm?
Now you're going back to curl cream.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going back to the curl cream side. That's noting. If you're just tuning in, I'm doing a side-by-side, a versus curl cream versus gel. Layering on the product now, going in with my leave-in conditioner. That's my first step. Even though the hair was previously detangled at the shampoo bowl, I like to make sure that it's detangled so I have a nice smooth application with my styler. Okay. I've just added my curl cream. Finger combing the hair, making sure I have 2 even sections. Just twisting the hair all the way to the end. I also noting here that most of the styles that I've been doing here on these lives, the exciting part is really getting to see that end result in real time. And sometimes you're not going to see your client's end result right away. Even if you put them under the dryer in the salon. You know, with low porosity hair like mine, sometimes it can take a day or 2 to fully dry. Any questions in the chat?
Nope, not right now, but how can they stay in touch with you?
Oh, well, you can stay in touch with me by 2 ways or multiple ways, but you can follow me on my social media platforms. But if you want to deeper dive with me, you can join my community, the SC community, the Stacey Ciceron community. I have an app, and you can join that app to stay current with my events, products, blog, and community. The link for that is in my bio.
How long does this typically take you to get through?
Excuse me?
How long does this typically take you to get through the twist out?
Usually, how long does it take for me to get through this? Great question. Normally, if I'm not doing a demo and I'm just kind of quiet in my own zone and working through these twists, it can take me about 30 minutes to do the whole head, less time if the hair is less dense. And if I'm doing bigger sections, it'll take less time. So at this rate, with these medium-sized twists, if I was just concentrating on this, maybe 30 minutes or less. I'm ending each twist with a finger coil.
There's another question. She says, "How can you talk about where to start and why?"
Okay, where to start the twist and why? All right, so basically,
Front or back?
Yeah.
She says front or
Front
back.
front or back? Great question. Let me answer this. The most simplest way that I can answer this is I'm infamous for giving an encyclopedia answer. I think the best place to start would be in the back and just work your way up to the front. I think for reasons of manageability. If we're just thinking in terms of manageability, especially if the hair is a little bit longer, if you work from the bottom, you can clip the hair up and just keep bringing down section by section. It just keeps it way more manageable. But the thing I just do want to throw in there is that sometimes the hairline can be a challenge. It could be shorter, it could be weaker, it has more flyaways. Sometimes, like even when you're blow drying hair, sometimes you just want to address the hairline first. In that case, I might do a few around the face, just to lock that in, because once you start losing moisture in that area, to re-wet it, it gets a little messy with the water bottle. So, I really just don't believe in cookie cutter answers. But if I could say a broad statement is to just start in the back for more manageability, but play it by ear based on the needs or the challenges that your client might be having.
Did you ever use different products in different sections of the hair?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's all part of the whole thing when I'm talking about not being cookie cutter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because what we've determined professionally is, just through experience and experimenting, we used to be so excited to just know the curl type. Oh, I got a 4C, a 4B, a 3A, a 3B. That was like, whoo, you won a trophy when you determined that. And then quickly we realized that we need a little bit more information to be able to choose our tools and to choose our tools and to choose our products, right? So with that being said, no one has the same hair type or density all throughout their entire head. Okay. Commonly, you will see one hair type in the front hairline, something different in the crown, and forget about it if the client is more mature, or if your client is starting to gray, or if they're on medication, or if they're iron deficient, they're going to just have a lot of inconsistencies with their curl pattern. And so there I go with these encyclopedia answers, right? The question literally was, can you use different products on the head? And the answer is yes, absolutely. I feel like as stylists, we should be able to assess that hair and adjust accordingly. Like when we see that the texture is changing, when we see that the density is changing, if one section looks more frizzy than the other, that's when we will pick up a different tool or pick up a different product. So absolutely switch up products as needed, okay? But usually for my demonstrations, maybe I should just be keeping it a little bit more real in my demonstrations. Can you see my little, for the effects, sometimes you got to see my facial expression. It's okay, it's all right. Next time. Next time. Oh, that'll give them incentive to come to a live event so you can see my animated facial expressions that emphasize my point. Emphasize. You guys are missing out on all the body language here. Yeah, so that's it. Oh, I was saying keeping it real. Because for the demonstration, sometimes I don't want to confuse you by doing too many different things. But yes, in the salon, I would definitely start switching up products if I need to, based on what's going on in the section. Mm-hmm.
Would you do a 2-strand twist or twist out on someone with looser curls?
Looser curls? Oh, that's a great question because I see that all the time. I think that, listen, your hair, your choice, okay? But if you are looking for the question is, would you do a 2-strand twist on a looser curl pattern? We just have to keep in mind that 2-strand twist, even though it's a style, it is a set, okay? So like a roller set, rod set, perm rod set, flexi rod set, we're doing this set to get a specific curl pattern. There we go. We are doing this set. This is what was going on. This is what you guys were missing all along. All right. You were doing this set to get a specific curl pattern. All right. So on a looser curl pattern, if you like what the 2-strand twist is doing, it's going to be more of a wave, like flat twist to give you more of a wave. If you look at some of I actually have some demonstrations on my reels of me doing twist in my hair, and you can see the effects of the twist on the hair, okay? But usually, clients that have a tighter curl pattern are looking to stretch their hair, get a little length, and one uniform curl pattern is why we would go for the 2-strand twist. But absolutely, yes, on a looser curl patterns, you can do the twist, but the end result will be different, not might be different. You're going to just get a looser curl, and you have to do larger sections. You got to do larger sections. You cannot put really tiny sections on somebody with a looser curl pattern because it's going to look really stringy when it's dry, when it's time to take it out. All right. I love these questions. Keep them coming. Maybe we just do a live Q&A sip and chit chat. I'm always trying to give something a name. A Q&A chit chat, sip and chat. All right, so the other side, we are going to be doing the gel. So this is pretty much a medium-sized twist. All right, so we know what kind of curl we're going to get out of that.
Stacey?
Should I give shout outs to people who joined the community? Because I love to see that. Listen,
I'm saying,
I wish I had. Where's the air horns? Did I bring my air horns? No, actually, I know it's random, but I had air horns in this box. That
was very random.
Pew, 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 from a graduation, because my girls just graduated. Even though they prohibited air horns, we're still going to be very, rebellious and bring our air horns. Let's give a shout out. What's the shout out? Pew, 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 pew. That's my air horns. Shout out to. Okay, what a notification. Were you making stuff up or what?
Oh, wow.
Shout out to Kay for joining the community. Woo-hoo-hoo. Shout out to Tommy for joining the community. Woo! See you on the other side, baby. Thank you so much. That made me so excited. Wow. That made my day. Thank you so much. My invite have not fell upon deaf ears. All right. That's wonderful. Oh, no. Oh, you can't talk to me now. You can't talk to me now. That just was very, very, very exciting. One cannot describe the excitement. Okay. So you're just tuning in.
Which product dries faster on the hair?
Excuse me?
Which product dries faster on the hair?
Which product dries faster on the hair? I want to
Gel.
say that drying time has nothing to do necessarily. The product is not the biggest determining factor on the drying time. The drying time biggest determining factor is the hair porosity. Okay? Then secondly, it's what product that you're going to use, all right? Because if the hair is low porosity, it just takes, it can take hours and days to fully dry, all right? But if you're dealing with like a normal porosity or high porosity, anything that's lightweight, it's going to get absorbed into the hair much quicker, all right? Oh, I'm still so stoked about the membership. I mean, can you imagine? You're going to get on these lives and it's going to be like, Tommy, Kay, boom, thanks. I'm going to get the air horns. I'm going to speak that into existence. We need some sound effects. I'm sorry. I'm a sound person. I am a sound person. What can we use? The air horns might get me kicked out. Maybe just applause, right? We could just real life clap.
Yeah.
We don't need the artificial sounds. We'll just clap. We'll clap it up for you guys when you join. Oh, why are you clapping? Is there something else going on? Okay, got me excited.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to give big signals.
Clap is the signal.
Yeah, you're right.
Clapping is the signal, baby. All right. If you're finding this helpful, why don't you just hit that heart button wherever you're watching this? Hit the heart button because we are streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. So whatever platform that you are watching this on, heart it up so I know that you're just as excited as I am. I want to see some hearts. I want to see some likes. And did I say shares?
Not yet.
Heart it up. We're excited over here. And at the end, I'll just do a recap. Ah, Miss Nat says, wow, Shadela's hair looks beautiful. Sorry, I just joined. What product are you using? I am using a leave-in conditioner, the priming lotion leave-in conditioner, and the curl gelée for shine and definition.
On this side, but the other side you have the butter.
Oh, you're right. Thank goodness for people paying attention. On one side, I've used this styling butter, curl enhancing creme. And on the left side, I am using the curl gelée for shine and definition. Both sides were prepped and primed with priming lotion. Thank you. What you gonna show me now?
I'm not sure. I'm taking a video.
Oh, I'm
You
like,
do?
girl, you trying to get me going cray cray. All right, the tribe has spoken. They asked for me to stay on through this twist process. This would have been done off camera mostly. And I would have brought you back with the finished look. So you could actually see the difference, I mean, between, can you see the difference? Very shiny, natural.
The gel looks a lot more shiny and defined.
Defined,
than
right?
butter.
Yeah.
Let's get up.
No camera tricks here, folks. Real thing happening. Real life. real life. And shout out to Miss Nat, our grassroots model recruiter, for the plug here with Shadera, which prompts me to say that, hey, I am always looking for hair models for these Washday lives. So if you have tightly coiled hair, highly textured hair, and you live in the New York area and not willing and are willing to travel to Nassau County, I'm on Long Island, hit me up in the DM, and Kiara.
We'll answer it. We know. We know.
Kiara will be answering them. All right. Serious inquiries only. When I say serious, that means you send a picture of your hair. You know, that would be helpful because that's really what I'm looking for. And don't apply to be a model if you are shy. I have other opportunities for the shy models. All right. This one is a whole production. All right, we're winding down to the last section, and then I'm just going to cap it off with a recap of what was done here today. Missing anything? You enjoying yourself? I'm loving the live audience. You know, this is giving me ideas. This is definitely giving me some ideas. All right. Let me know in the chat if you would come to see a Washday live in person.
Ooh, it's a great idea.
Heart it up if you would come to a Washday live in person. I guess that ain't such a great idea. Or y'all shy.
I got some hearts.
I got some hearts.
Mm-hmm.
What's it from you, Kiara? Are you
Just one.
Are you the heart giver?
Just one.
Okay. Any questions, let me know in the chat. I'll be happy to answer them. If you're just tuning in, we are doing curl cream versus gel on tightly coiled hair. If this was a two-strand twist tutorial, I think I'd be talking more about what I'm doing with these twists. Unless you guys want to know about the twists.
We were here for the product.
Hmm?
We were here for the product.
We're here for the product.
Which
babe.
product do you like best now that you're almost at the end? Would you have gone in with the cream or the gel for her hair?
I love that question because I think that great question. What do you have a pick?
The gel.
The gel. Yeah, I'm leaning more toward the gel. I'm leaning toward the gel in smaller sections.
Okay, and why?
The gel in smaller sections because I'm getting more shine. I'm getting more definition. I feel like it would last longer. Smaller sections because I feel like I could really max out the definition with smaller sections. I feel like this is going to be beautiful, but I'm looking into the future, like what smaller twists would look like. Either way, I think it's going to be gorgeous when they're unraveled.
And model, you immediately said gel. Why did you say gel?
Yeah, why did you say gel?
Honestly,
Should we turn her around? You want some camera time? Hold on. Let's get
Yes,
you.
please.
let's get because I just like the way the gel side looks. I
Okay.
don't know if it's just me.
You just feel it. Feel the
Yeah.
vibe.
It's a vibe.
Yeah, I like the way it looks.
Okay. Her 2 seconds of fame, y'all. Woo! Let's give it up for Shadeva. Woo! All right, she's ready for the speaking gigs now. Let's go. Did I put the gel? Losing it. Boy. Oops, sorry.
And would you top this off with anything once you're finished, like the shine spray or what, or you just send her out like this?
When it's dried or like after
yeah,
I finish setting it?
Yes.
Once I finish setting it, that's it. I would just pop her under the dryer for about 30 minutes. What I'm finding is that really when you want to max out the definition, you don't want to give the hair a chance to swell too much. And I think when you apply that indirect heat right away, it locks it in place. Even if it's not 100% dry right then and there, you pretty much know what you see is what you get. When you air dry it, it's just a percentage of swelling and expansion, like puffiness that happens when you just kind of let it air dry. Yes, that would be my next step after this, would to be to get her under a hooded dryer, not for a long time, just at least till, set it in place. Once it's dry, then I would determine if I need additional products to unravel it. But usually when I use the curl gelée, I might use a little oil to unravel it, and that's mainly for flyaways. That is not for shine, because the hair already has its own shine when you take it out of the style.
I have a question.
Yes, come on, tap in.
What causes sometimes when you use certain products and when I use certain products on my hair?
Hold on, let me turn you around.
Okay.
She warmed up now, baby. Come on.
On the very last twist.
On the very last one, she's like, I have some questions.
Just one. When I use certain products in my hair to do the 2-strand twist, it gets flaky. Do you know what I mean? I get the flakes.
What product can put? Not you have to say the brand, but what product causes the flakes? Is it a cream? Is it a gel?
I think it's a cream.
Okay.
Yes.
So, are you mixing it with other things?
Not really. No, just use that one.
Okay. So
Because I put the leave-in conditioner, and then when I'm doing the leave-in conditioner, I go in with the.
Yeah, so that's considered mixing.
So that's
It
mixing,
is.
right?
It is
Okay,
actually
yeah.
considered mixing.
Okay.
Sometimes it's not the brand itself.
Mhm.
Sometimes 2 products just don't go
mix
well
well, okay.
together.
Got it.
Which is why we like to layer it on.
Mhm.
Yeah. So sometimes 2 products just don't go well together,
Okay.
and sometimes this is a process of elimination in terms of trying one with the other. That's why I like to layer, because you get to know that before you put it all over
Right.
your whole head. But sometimes that's just a matter of how can you rectify that. Sometimes with me, if I have time, I will just have to start over.
Right. Yeah.
I would just have to rinse it out, because some people, can I just give you a little tea? Lean in. Y'all want the tea? Y'all want the tea? Put tea in the chat. All right, now. If you want the tea, let me see a tea emoji or give me some hearts for the tea. But I think it's so simple what I'm about to say. All right. What the hair looks like wet is what it's going to look like dry. You just have to assume that if it has a dull appearance when it's wet, it's not going to mysteriously get shiny when it's dry. And I think a lot of people wait to the end and then they just dump a whole bunch of oil sheen and oil just to give the hair a shiny appearance. When if you don't have like a natural luster and shine when the hair is wet, like even with the curl cream, we have a natural luster to it. Granted, there's a little bit of product over it, which we know is going to melt under the heat. And with the curl gelée, there's a sheen to it. We know that when it dries, it's going to be like this, all right? It's just safe to assume that what the hair looks like when it's dry, it's what it's going to look like when it's wet. The reason why I say that is if you notice that when you layer or cocktail your products, it's curdling or flaking, it's going to dry that way.
Right.
And there's no reversing it unless you just kind of just have to start over. Sometimes you can get rid of that appearance a little bit with some oil, but that's just temporary. So it's best to just kind of discover that or figure that out when in the beginning, you know? So we're going to just do a quick little recap for you guys. Today was all about versus, versus. It was the curl cream versus the gel styler. What's the difference? I get the question all the time. What's the difference? Well, the cream is a cream, the gel is a gel. That's the most obvious difference. The cream is a bit has more emollients in it, less water-based, even though they're both water-based. And I love to use it for twist outs, braid outs, and things like that. Now, and if you're looking for a natural hold with a natural finish, whereas the gel is something that you want to use for a firmer hold, a shiny finish. It's more heavily water-based. I love to use the gel for wash and goes on highly textured hair, and even sometimes twist outs if I'm looking for a firmer, more shiny hold, or maybe more dense hair like Shadera's. All right, so we were able to see that today. I used the priming lotion and styling cream on the right side, and I used the priming lotion and curl gelée on the left side. So styling cream versus gel. And I mean, in person, there's definitely, I don't know how much you can see on camera, but in person, there's definitely, ooh, she waking up now, baby. She is up now, baby. Okay. She gave a little shake at a hang time. Okay. So, but yeah, so that's what today was all about. I feel like if you found any value, found this educational, inspirational, any of the above, or had a good time here with us today, go ahead and like this video, share this video, and leave a comment. I would deeply, deeply appreciate it. And for those of you who signed up to be in the community, I will see you guys on the other side. There's still time. Click the link in the bio to get the 5 things you must know before taking a highly textured hair client free ebook, and use the other link to join the community. All right. See you guys on the other side, and see you next wash day. All right. Talk to you soon.